Is that gas? Yep. Fuck.
Hello everyone and welcome. I am back with a brand new video, and today I want to be talking about the Metro Exodus, the upcoming game that's incoming in fall 2018. And this is some points I want to talk about that I think that would make the game ultimately better. I've played the shit out of the previous games. I've seen a lot of its good points, a lot of its bad points. So here's just a couple of things that I think would benefit the game entirely and would bring a whole new experience to the game. So just also keep in mind that most of these points are not factual. I didn't do any research on the game or the developers themselves. I don't know any software bullshit. I just merely looked at the trailers and minimal research on the internet, and just this is just things I want to see in the game. So let's just go ahead and dive into it.
20 years have passed.
Alright, so the first thing I want to see more of is more death animations for the game. Have you seen in the previous first game, especially, there's a lot of death animations. A lot of people died in a particular way. If they got shot in a particular way, sometimes they would fall against a crate and drop a grenade, or people would just fall against the walls. They had some pretty unique animations for this game, but they weren't entirely there. As you see, like most of the combat, it was just them falling over ragdoll style, and there wasn't a lot of crazy animation. So what I would like to see in the next upcoming game is a lot more of these frequently. I would like to see a lot more characters dying in a more, I say, gruesome way, or like a last resort, as you see before with, troopers dropping grenades, or having like a monster or some kind of demon come up and rip a human in half. That'd be some pretty gnarly shit to see. And I feel like a lot of these animations just could have been improved upon, and I think there's a lot of animations that they could implement, like maybe falling off like some balcony, or just some kind of like falling death animations. Maybe playing dead. Maybe you come upon like some kind of area and there's like dead people, and it's actually like the Reds playing dead, trying to fucking capture you, or some more bandits. Um, Maybe some environmental deaths where you can actually like impale people, or people fall into some radioactive shit. That'd be some pretty crazy stuff. Just seeing a lot more death animations for the game would entirely just benefit this. I mean, it would just make it a whole experience, and it would actually just in like it would just make you be more into the game, from my opinion. So I think a lot of that stuff is what has already been there. It's been great in the first one. I didn't see a lot of it in the second one, but if you got pretty lucky in some battles, you would find some people who were unlucky enough to catch a bullet that still kept them alive, and they were just laying there dead. And so um, it's a pretty unique thing to see. I say so. I wish they improve upon it more. Maybe have some more wildlife animations, like instead of just having like the monsters just come up and like attack you and die. Maybe they died in a particular fashion. Just like, for example, that mother bear who died in a particular way, you can finish it off. Maybe not that much to a grander scale, but maybe to a lower scale with more lower animals, or just like different things that you could attack that would die more slowly. Just, I don't know, just any kind of way like that. And I think maybe something along the lines of like finishers or executions would be cool as well. As you come up upon like the finished enemy who's like barely alive, who's trying to maybe shoot you, drop a grenade, or maybe not do anything. Maybe the karma system can play an effect into that, where you could just spare him, kill him, or prevent the explosion, or any whatever way they decide to implement. But playing it that way would be actually really cool. Yeah, so a lot of different animations, like explosions, any kind of like that would be really cool. I think that they could have different ideas already implemented into the game, so we'll just have to see what comes up and what is available. So this one's kind of short. I just kind of want to see new monsters, new kinds of mutated creatures out there. I know there's going to be the previous ones like all the 2 other games, but I would like to see just a different variety of different things from different areas and see what kind of like these developers create and like how they mutated and like how they survive in this fucking nasty world that humanity lives in. And I would like to see the Dark Ones return as well, as we probably are sure that they are, and just seeing a whole new side to them, and maybe able to see these AI fight with each other and fight in this some sort of environment. So that'd be something to really look forward to, and I hope that they would develop some sort of new animal and some sort of new creature that is more deadlier than we've seen before. Alright, so I would like to also have a day and night cycle, maybe like a weather system as well. I would like to maybe be on a path and just have the weather around me and the day around me change and maybe become more hostile during the night, and just having different effects like that. For example, if like you're just going down the path or the route you're guided to, and if just things starting to change, like the environment, the weather's going, the rain's falling, it's causing monsters to come out and attack and trying to kill you, or if it benefits other animals more than others, so there's like a high volume of different animals out there that are feeding, or maybe it makes it bad for you and it's harder for you to travel and you have to get through the buildings, and just seeing stuff like that would be really unique, and just being able to play it to your advantage as well. Maybe the enemies at the base you're sent to infiltrate are more relaxed during the nighttime than they are during the daytime, or maybe they're more active during the night and the monsters are active during the day, and so you have to make a choice whether you want to go during the day or during the night on whatever missions you carry out, or whichever choice you decide to make. And I would like to also see how these monsters were affected by the weather, like I just said, having more monsters coming out and be able to be more hostile, or maybe that the environment is making them hostile and wanting them to evac the area they're in, or just causing them to do desperate things and making them go out and hunt, having to travel in packs like this and come across any food source they can, or just anything like that would be really cool. And just overall making the experience more intense, as the threat is more high, as the whole world is basically fighting against you, the weather and everything else like I just said. So it would be really nice to see how well they implement different things. Maybe in the first part of the game you're in the snow time or the summertime, because that's kind of where the game left off, was summertime, and we saw how it started to change from summer to fall, and how it starts to freeze over again, and how things are becoming affected by that, and how maybe your time could be affected. Maybe you need some thermal armor, or maybe you need some different kinds of tools or things, for your surface travel. But if they don't implement something like this, then I mean, what can you expect? But it'd be really nice to see this sort of thing play into, which really leads into the next topic of this video, which I will get into here in a minute. But yeah, new monsters, new kind of thing. The night cycle would be great if they have it developed in a certain way where it will play for the gameplay experience. So other than that, let's dive right into the next video. Alright, number 4, being able to travel to the metro. This is probably what I am most looking forward for in the upcoming game, is being able to travel back through the metro throughout your whole campaign experience. You should be able to go out and venture on the surface and go to the places you need to go and do the campaign or whatever the fuck you want to do, and be able to go back to some sort of location inside the metro, re-equip, find food, train your armor, get weapons, bullets, air filters, different masks. Doing all kinds of this stuff would be tremendously fucking different and cool. Being able to actually essentially have like a hub to come to and like relax and take your stress away from the surface and the impending death that's coming for you. So being able to travel back, I think either fast travel or being on some sort of particular map, you're able just to backtrack inside. Any sort of kind of way would be extremely cool. If they really make this game more like open world kind of thing, it doesn't really have to be a huge map open world, but it can be like a huge section that's open world that you can go to different places and areas and be also being able to also travel back in time. And I would like to also see like things happen inside that thing. I like to have like marketplaces, like NPCs, guys you could talk to, maybe guys you could hire, maybe find some gossip, maybe be able to have more bullet options where you could bribe people, maybe get information, get extra stuff like that would be tremendously really cool, and I think it would actually make this game stand out. And it's just something that I thought that would be really cool, because in the game we just go from place to place to place, not really be able to go back to the previous place we were able to unless we came full circle. So being able to essentially fast travel back to a place where you can find more stuff and get more equipment, I think would make the game really, really. Alright, so the last thing I would like to talk about is the ending that we'd be able to choose. I would like to have better multiple endings like we had before, but being able to choose them a different way than they were before. In the previous games, you had to pretty much play the whole game within like good karma, which means like not killing any enemies who are not hostile to you, don't doing bad stuff, not doing drugs, dealing stuff like that. All that kind of stuff affected your ending and what kind of ending you got. And if you didn't essentially get the enough points that was needed to have the good karma outweigh the bad karma, you got the bad ending. So if you did more killing than you did more than saving or doing some kind of good stuff, you always got the bad ending. So I would at least like to have the game do it differently, where you could just simply make a choice and have to follow through with that decision. For example, let's say there is a bomb in the metro that someone's trying to blow up, and the Dark Ones are in need of a savior who are calling for you, and you had to make a choice between saving the metro and saving the Dark Ones. And so if you went and saved the metro, you went through this whole ending process where maybe eventually you would lose your life, like maybe this one did, and that'd be the bad ending. Or if you did the good ending, you went to save the Dark Ones, maybe the other ones who would save the human race, all together in some sort of fashion. So it would really be a lot more beneficial, because you wouldn't really restricting the player from playing a certain way where they just play the game how they see as fit. No more do you have to just knock everyone out or fucking throw knives at the people who are killing you or some shit. Instead of, you can play how you see fit and just make the choices that the game provides you and just follow through with those choices. And I think that would pretty much make the player's decision more concrete, and they're just not like, oh, I got this ending, this is what I got. I would like to, so I would like to see just the choices, the karma system altogether probably be changed. I don't really like how like you kill one person and you get bad karma. I mean, this is Metro, everything is out to kill you, and you kill a few fucking Reds and a few Nazis, you don't deserve to be blown up in a train. So I just would like to see maybe multiple choices throughout the campaign, whether you decide to do this or that, and see what kind of choices come out from upon that. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's just these are the couple of things that I would like to see within this game, and how I would like to see some of these at least implemented in the new game. And yeah, so that's just my thoughts and things on the game. So if you guys want to discuss anything, or if you guys have any ideas of your own, please leave them in the comment below. and just look at anything fucking you want to discuss with me. It'd be really cool to hear from you guys. So if you come this far, thank you so much for watching my video, and please stay tuned for next time. I got more content coming up. Alright, peace out.